How's it going, guys? Sinnical here with another quick rotation guide video. This video we're going to be looking at the Mean Dream Arcane Spec. This is going to be covering the basics, what the legendaries you want to go for, what stats you want to go for, and the basic rotation, so you can go from a complete noob to a slightly less shittier of an arcane player. So if you're new to the class, you're new to the spec, you guys just want a quick rundown on how arcane works, this is the perfect guide video for you. And we're going to be looking over everything here. So we're going to get started with all of the legendaries you're going to be looking at. There's 3 legendaries that you're going to want to look for. One of them is going to be the pants. It's going to give you extra mana. It's going to make your conserve phases less conservy, and you get to get more burst out of it, which is super nice. The class ring, it's going to give you Temporal Reflux, which reduces Arcane Blast cast when it's max charges. And then you also got the Shard of the Exodar, which is going to give you the double Bloodlust, of course. So either of these 3 legendaries you can use. You can swap between the 2. You can look at the top logs. It's all going to be a mix between these 3 legendaries is the main one. Next, going over spec and everything like that, amplification is just going to be your prime #1 talent, because missiles is the #1 part of our damage, so you want to make it sure it does more damage. Easy, done, cool, get that one. The next tier is going to be a personal choice. I like Slipstream a little bit more in Shimmer. I like being able to cast and move with the arcane missiles as opposed to the extra blinks, which is super nice. Rune of Power in the next spec, Arcane's a gambling spec, dude. You want a lot of burst, so if you want to complement that a lot of burst, you gotta pick the big talents to make you do that burst. So Rune of Power, choose it. Good, it's great. Renaissance, pick that one. The other 2 suck. Chrono Shift, good. It gives you movement speed, which is highly useful for all the mythic raids, heroic raids, whatever content you guys are doing. It's just better than the other 2 currently. You can use Ring of Frost, but that's very situational. Chrono Shift, take it. It's great. Erosion, another one of those set in stone talents. It's a lot better than the other 2. Use that one. With the class ring, Temporal Flux, reduce Arcane Blast cast time. Perfect, but overpowered. If you're not using class ring, always take overpowered regardless. Like the class ring are super nice because that's still a good talent, but overpowered is just way too good to pass up. Next, we're gonna go talk about stats. If you're rocking the pants, rocking the legendary rings, you want to take haste. Haste, you want to get your haste roughly to about 25%-ish. You want to sim yourself. Always sim yourself, get your stat weights. That's the biggest thing. After haste, you want to take crit and versatility. Crit and versatility is going to be your #1 stats as arcane after assuming a small little haste cap, which just helps you during your burst phases. Crit and versatility makes you're gambling on the damage, so you might as well make your arcane blast and missiles crit, and you want to make sure they hit harder. So crit and verse, perfect, great. And then actually, dog shit is actually a better stat than mastery. So yeah, mastery is not very good. Vet mastery, it's okay. Having a little bit of mastery is not like completely terrible, but like crit and verse is just completely dominant over mastery. So get those 2 stats. Get haste, get those 2 stats. Going on to trinkets, your all trinket, it's gonna be absolutely #1. Affected by arcane damage. The more spells you do, the more damage it does. Arcane missiles attacks super fucking fast. Get it, great, awesome. The next trinket that you're going to want to take, there's 3 of them that you can use. Whispers of the Pack, if you're going for a pure gambling build, you're praying for a proc on your burst phases, get that trinket, really good. It's going to help you out with your burst. You're going to see top logs is going to be using the whispers and everything like that, because it just helps your missiles, helps your burst, and if it's a short fight, then hey, why not? And the other trinkets that are okay that you can take is an Arcano Crystal if you got a decent one, or the Shark Trinket is an okay one as well. So either of those 4 trinkets right there, or either of those 3 trinkets are okay, and the Owl Trinket's going to be #1. Get that as quickly as you can. All right, next we're going to be talking about the opener and everything like that, and the actual rotation part of it. So this is what everyone's looking forward to. Pay attention, take notes, pause the video if you want. We're going to be going kind of quick. So ideally, the opener you're going to want to look at, assuming you have the 2-piece tier 2, or tier piece tier 20, Legion tier 2, whatever. You're going to want to open with a Prolonged Power Pot with Bloodlust on pull. Mark of Luneth, Inner Rune Power, cooldowns, start blasting. Easy. And you'll see, when you have all your cooldowns up, missiles is #1 priority. Arcane Blast is last, unless, like, I like to use the Presence of Mind right off on the Arcane Blast. Other than that, missiles are going to take priority. So anytime you get a missiles proc, use as much as you can. And here we go. We're going to do with the rotation, and you guys are going to see a conserve phase and 2 burn phases. 1 main burn phase, a mini burn phase after the evoke, and then conserve until the next cooldown, set of cooldowns. So that's how Arcane's going to play. So I'm going to show you guys the rotation here. We're going to go ahead and do that. Hit those buttons. Hit that. Cooldowns, get rid of those ones right there. Any time you get missiles procs, go ahead and use it. Other than that, we're spamming Arcane Blast, fishing for these missile procs. This is going to be all your damage. As you can see, we're bursting about 6 million. It's pretty decent. And then always get your cooldowns right here. Okay, and now since we have Rune of Power, again, missiles is going to take priority over Arcane Blast when you have Rune of Power active. Since we're out of our cooldowns now, we're going to be Arcane Missiles right there. and we're gonna keep going until we're So we're gonna use up all of our missiles here. Looks like we're no more of that. We're gonna get this, and this is where I'm coming in with the second burn phase. We're gonna evocate right here. We're gonna get our second charge with the Presence of Mind, and we're gonna go into the second burn phase right here. We're gonna try to hold off a little bit right here because we got a Rune of Power coming up. We're gonna use that. Hold on the missiles with this one, and then from here we got this mini burn phase coming up with Mark of Valunith. This kind of complements this mini burn phase before you go into a full conserve mode right here. So as of now, we're going into this kind of conserve mode. I like to be around 40% mana going into the next burn phase. So from there, we're going to try to want to save as much mana as possible. Mark of Valunith is going to give us a good chunk of mana right here. And then we're just going to keep blasting. We're going to stay above that mana threshold and everything like that. As you can see, that Mark of Valunith brought us up there. Perfect. And we're going to keep Arcane Barraging with the Kilt. Granted, this rotation is only going to work with the Kilt. If you don't have the Kilt, you're going to want to go to a conserve immediately. So pretty much what conserve phase means is get 4 charges of your arcane powers, missiles whenever you can. That's assuming you get max charges because you want to use it like right here. And then I'm going to get rid of it. And now we're next set of cooldowns right here, Arcane Power, blasting time. And then just ideally the goal is to try to keep up as much sustained DPS as you can during these conserve phases, just so you can get to these second burst phases and then just do some pretty good numbers and everything like that. Arcane really excels on those short fights because you're bursting so much that you're going to be doing a lot of damage at the end of it, right? So you always want to use your missiles when you're and everything. Just dump them all before you get rid of the arcane barrage there. I'm going to go ahead and Mark of Valunith here. We got an owl trinket coming up right here, so I'm going to go ahead and save on this one for a minute here. We got the arcane blast, perfect, and then here we go. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and do that. Start popping mini cooldowns here, and then until we get because we do have an evocate available, so we can just burn through this entire mana bar. It's no big deal since we do have our owl trinket up. Using missiles as much as you can is going to help with that damage. Keep blasting. Get rid of your charges. Go ahead and evocate back up. 30 seconds before AP. So this is where we're going to want to start saving a little bit of our mana. Like I said, 40-50% mana is what I usually like to aim for. And then outside of that, we're going to keep going. Looks like I dropped combat, so the TPS meter kind of reset there, but that's okay. You guys can kind of see the basics of what we're doing right here. So I'm going to wait until this next burn phase comes up right here. I'm going to dump the charges right here so I stay above that like nice little mana threshold, and then outside of that we're just going to keep bursting and then rinse and repeat. Good to go. You never want to cap on Rune of Power charges. I did a little bit right there, but that was just kind of showing you guys the basics for it. So if you guys are running power, never cap on Rune of Power charges. Always use it during a mini burn phase if you can. If you're using the Kilt, if you don't have the Kilt, you have no real way to recharge mana outside of just passive mana regen. So you're going to want to make sure to just go into conserve phase right after you evocate. Stay above that 40-50% mana threshold into your next burn phase. Rinse and repeat till the boss is dead. All right, that's it for this guide video, guys. If you guys liked what you see, go ahead and like the video. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. Check out my other guide videos, and if not, then I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.